Well, when I think I seem to have run through my questions, but I wanted to kind of add one more question in regards to, I want to kind of touch base on different issues that kind of affect like the Latinx community in general. And just having myself who's Argentino and you who are Puerto Rican, how do you, how do I frame this? How do you how do you feel comfortable being who you are when you're like in maybe a sea of maybe predominantly, like in the Southwest, it's predominantly Mexican and Central American, and predominantly people that are third or fourth generation into being a citizen of this country and not being from the home country. How do you kind of see yourself kind of really expressing who you are? I know you're from Puerto Rico, so I think your experiences might be different, but I know for myself, I lived in a little bubble because I grew up here and I was the only Argentino I knew until I was in college. So
there's many more of you here, I promise.
Yes, there's so many of us and we're all similar, even though you think we're all different, right?
Yeah.
So.
Good question. So thinking about that. I guess I'm at the stage in my professional career where I personally just have decided I'm going to be me. I'm going to make that visible. And if you have a problem, that's nice, that's yours, not mine. And if it's at the workplace and I can't find support for my job, then my job doesn't get to have me. Mm-hmm. And that's from all aspects. And that's something that took me a while, honestly, to grow into. So there was definitely parts of my 20s where I stepped in more into my Latinx part. There was parts where I stepped more into my LGBTQ part. There's times where I went back only to just the Latinx part. There's times where I've tried to fit both. There's times where then I'm saying, okay, let me let people also know that my brain works differently than most people, so it's okay. It's taken time, and sometimes I will only be visible in one of those categories or in two of those categories. Right. It depends on the environment and how I feel safe in it. But again, as I've gotten older, I've learned I am me. I am me right now. Take me or leave me. Ha ha ha.
There you go.
There's a song about that, and
that was Rent. So yeah.
There we go. Yes.
No, I understand completely. I mean, at my age, I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I've been othered, but from every which way and angle in my life, and now I'm like, now I just have to be an example for everyone and all my intersectionality. So, no, and I'm sorry if my question was a little convoluted, but I was just trying to touch base on different issues that kind of can be brought up with our students, especially when they're younger and they're in college and they're really discovering who they are. So, and there's always that question of, are you Latino enough?
And you are, period. Whenever you get asked that, are you Latino enough? Are you, but are you really gay? Because you don't look like it. Oh, but you're really are you sure you're from Puerto Rico? Because you look Irish. I don't care. It takes time. There's actually neurology behind it where there are our early phases in our teenage years, in our early 20s, our brain is actually hardwired to, when people say something about us, to super, super accept it and try to accommodate to society. It's just brain chemistry. It's how we're hardwired. And then as we get older, that kind of clicks away. I think it's empowering to know when your brain is trying to take over you and make decisions on your behalf, because then you as the conscious person can go, do I really need to listen to this person? Is that something else in my biology telling me I need to listen to this and, shelter part of myself away? Or no, that's my brain telling me something. That's societal pressure telling me I need to fit a norm. No, that's all that. I am me. I'm gonna ignore all this. And it
Right.
takes a while to build that confidence. It takes a while to be able to fit into that flesh.
Right.
And it's the process.
It is, and there, a lot of it can be inherited as well, as far as like growing up with your family as well. Some families forcibly do not teach Spanish to their children for their own safety in the world, and or not giving them Latinx typical, like, you know, experiences or whatnot, just to assimilate, I guess, the assimilation. Yeah. So
Oh yeah, that happened in my own family. So I was born in PR, and around elementary school, my family moved up to the States. But Edgard Rivera-Valentin, ridiculously, obviously, like, and I learned Spanish. That was my first language. And then in the States, picked up English. My sister, on the other hand, who is 6 years younger than me, Julieli is her name. Julie, very Anglo-Saxonized. And they didn't teach her Spanish to this day. Like she will understand it, but she can't speak it. It was part of that assimilation that they wanted to do.
And that doesn't make you any less Latino, though. So
no, not at all. My sister.
Right, and if anything, being who you are is actually going to be a asset in the future in the workplace and in your career and in professional and personal settings, right? So
yeah.
But this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. This was cool.
This is awesome. I mean, I love chatting about this stuff. I love chatting about culture. I love chatting about EDI work, and just trying to. I really wanted. This has kind of shifted, like this whole series, because everything's because of COVID. We're online, and I wanted to do like a lunch series and play like loteria or games while we're talking about Latinx issues with a special guest. And this has been an awesome opportunity to kind of bring this to the students. So, and plus they're being hopefully exposed to new career fields and whatnot. So,
right.
You know, yeah.
Space City, do planetary science. Join us.
Your abuela wants you to be a doctor. You can be a doctor, but a different kind.
That's the take-home message of this entire thing.
That is. Which is true, though. Which is true. I mean, I'm not a doctor yet, but I married one, and I'm going to be one, but not the medical kind.
And that's okay.
And that is okay. But it's good for everyone to kind of understand and to discover their passions and discover their interests. And it's always good to kind of expose that, especially if maybe certain majors aren't offered or certain experiences, but the experiences are out there. I mean, this is Space City. The experiences are out there. There are people out there that you can just look up and, like you said, randomly email, hey, how can I be you? You know? And
feel free to do so.
Yeah, and do you have social media that maybe they can follow you?
Planet Trekkie on Twitter.
Okay, there you go. So everyone, follow Planet Trekkie on Twitter, and my name is Roberto Reges, with the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at ODEI TXSU. All platforms. Our brand new Pride Center, which is open this fall. We just opened a Pride Center, so which is gonna be awesome. And Pride TXSU. So follow us on all platforms. Follow Planet Trekkie. And if you are interested in this field, please reach out. If you are interested in more issues with EDI, Latinx issues, there are so many amazing professionals out there doing amazing work, like Dr. Rivera-Valentin.
Join us!
Right. Raise that 3% in planetary science to 4%. Or 4% to 5%. Yeah. So, but no, thank you so much. This has been an amazing opportunity. I hope everyone has gotten something helpful and insightful about this. And we are just going to keep talking to more and more professionals. And again, thank you, Doctor.
Gracias.
Okay.